Aloha my kako, greetings everybody. My name is Niwan Moira Elizabeth Navarrete and my artist name is Laumeilien. So this is my first video. It is Thursday, January 30th, 12:19 a.m. here in Hawaii on the island of Oahu, and this is my first video that I am making with the intention to upload to YouTube, and I intend for it to be the first of many videos, creating content, adding value, and hopefully making the world a little bit of a better and brighter place by sharing of my voice and my consciousness and my humble perspectives from my heart and soul. So this is going to be an introduction video, and I guess it's screen sharing too. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not extremely tech savvy, but one of the intentions for me creating content and putting things like this video out, one of my intentions is to learn. And I feel like I'll be learning a lot, and this is me documenting the journey. So if you're watching this, if anybody ends up watching this, thank you. And let's get at it. Okay, so this is my video script that I created yesterday, technically. Happy Lunar New Year, new moon in Aquarius. We're getting into it. 2025, baby. It's first quarter century of the 21st century. So that's kind of exciting. Anyways, name, age, I just turned 29 on the 24th, so last Friday. And I'm currently in Hawaii, Kapai'aina, Hawaii, the sacred lands of Hawaii, Hawaiʻi, on the island of Oahu. About me, I identify as an old soul, and I've had a lot of insight and wisdom and things on my heart and mind that I've wanted to express for a very long time now, years really. So this video is a first step and a really big step of me showing up in this life and just wanting to be of service and bring value and contribute in some positive and meaningful way to humanity, to expand humanity's consciousness, and to be an inspiration and a source of peace and healing and harmony in these times of great shift and change. So I am a starseed. It just means that I've been around the block, the incarnation wheel, a few times, and some of those incarnations were off-world. Many of them were, in fact, I feel, and this is my humble personal truth that I express from my heart and soul. And basically, that just means that I volunteered, I showed up here, I'm here, and my mission, my life, it's to be of service. So a big part of my journey this far is figuring out how I can be of the maximum amount of service and still operate in the systems, still be able to financially sustain myself, and ideally sustain myself by being myself, if that makes sense, and just showing up and sharing of my consciousness. So that's a big part of why I'm doing these videos. And yeah, I want to build community and connection, and like I've said, to inspire healing and just unity and resolutions, peaceful resolutions ideally. I am an artist, I'm a dancer, informally, maybe one day professionally, as in people will pay me to show up and throw my limbs around to add vibes. I feel like I freaking add vibes, like when I go out and dance. Anyways, I digress. I'm also a light linguist, so I am a light language practitioner, I suppose would be the terminology around that. I speak soul. It's my own soul speak. Everybody, I feel, has their own flavor and frequency, but it's the way I describe light language is multi-dimensional consciousness expressed through various modalities, one of them being verbally. And also it can be scribed, so that's the secondary modality. I've written a few books, and one of my intentions for 2025 is to actually publish all of the remaining books. I've had a bit of a backlog, so I have 15 books that I'm looking to publish in the next 9 weeks. And by publish, I mean just taking pictures of them and putting them up on my Laumeilien, on my artist Instagram page, just to have them there as evidence, reference, and visual prayers, quite frankly, energies, snapshots of the energies at those moments in times, and expressions of love, prayers of healing from my heart. So yes, I'm also an aspiring tattooist. So that's a big goal of mine for 2025, to get my tattooing license in the state of Hawaii and start tattooing people. It's very intimidating saying it out loud, but I feel like these videos also will serve as accountability for myself, because I'm putting it out there, on public record. And for me, I've struggled with accountability and with getting things done, with actualizing my dreams and my hopes and my desires physically, because they would just kind of stay in my head. So I am aware of this tendency, and I want to overcome it, and I am actively working on overcoming it. Yeah, so those are a lot of my interests. I dance, play with fire, I'm a little bit of a fire dancer. It's fun. Also an artist, and yeah, I like to go hiking, do a bunch of other things. Statement of intention. I feel like I've kind of touched upon this. I have a lot on my heart and mind that I would like to contribute, and many projects that I want to see done to be of service to the world and to add value and to just increase things, increase mana, increase connection and connectivity, increase connection and connectivity through building communities. So that's something that I'm looking to go deeper in, and I don't quite know what that looks like exactly, but it definitely involves networking, and I want to create a space for starseeds. One of my intentions for putting out these videos and really showing up publicly, I guess, not being so ashamed or afraid or what have you, is I'm looking for my soul family. I am putting this out as a call out to the world and to the universe that I am looking for my soul family, people who resonate deeply from the heart with me, who I can speak light language casually with, and who I can build with. Build good things, new things for the earth, whether that's community centers or groups that volunteer and give back to our local communities. Just, again, I don't necessarily know what it looks like. I'm still working on it, but I'm here and I'm looking forward to the journey. So yes, another intention, as I mentioned, was to normalize light language, and to casually kind of go back and forth between English and light language, my soul speak. For myself, like, I want to get to that place where it feels good and comfortable and I can just speak, and I'm not quite there yet. I think I am, and I want to be, but I'm not. Like, I still have this trepidation and this fear, but I know it'll feel so good and be such a relief, and I feel like that's a big part of my purpose for being incarnated here, actually, in this lifetime, is to normalize light language and bridge the realms, so to speak, the dimensions, integrate the higher heavenly frequencies, if you will, the angelic frequencies, through vibration, verbal vibration, and articulation, not just in English. English is wonderful, but it's not unlimited. So anyhow, anywho, yeah, I want to bring value again, and serve as an ambassador, as a representative, and to help normalize, how do I say, to help prepare Earth and humanity for first contact and intergalactic reunification and reintegration. So, if that means I become an exopolitician or some kind of ambassador, I would be honored. I would absolutely be honored. Some Star Trek shit, excuse my language, but like straight up. And maybe that's something that won't unfold for the next few years or decades even, but I do believe, I just have this feeling, maybe I'm wrong. I can definitely admit when I'm wrong, presented with evidence, or just the time comes to pass and what I thought would come to pass hasn't come to pass. I can admit that I'm wrong, but I feel like very soon, perhaps in the next 5-10 years for sure, I could be wrong, but 5 to 10 years, probably within the next 5 years, we'll see. I feel like we'll have first contact, like first full-blown contact with intelligent spacefaring extraterrestrial civilizations, our star brothers and sisters, and the whole world will know, and nothing will ever be the same again. And I'm excited, and even as a starseed, it's a little intimidating, but I feel like that reality is inevitable, and a part of my mission and purpose in this life is to help normalize the consciousness and just prepare humanity, be again a pillar, an example of peace. Hey, ETs are not all bad. Perhaps we have been programmed through media and movies that, oh no, they're invading and what have you. But before I get too long-winded, just circling back to the Prime Directive, the good ones, so to speak, quote unquote, they don't interfere with an evolving civilization until certain stipulations, certain conditions are met. At least that's my understanding as of this moment in time and what resonates and feels true for me. So, yeah, ETs have been involved on Earth for a very, very long time. If we look at our legends, our histories, our mythologies, our stories, the stories of of various indigenous people across our planet, and just look at art, like from the Middle Ages and stuff. There's UFOs. The Indian mythologies and sacred texts, they speak of, what is it, flying fortresses, vimanas, and so, and then we have modern day experiencers, people who've been abducted, and anyways, just, yeah. So there's that. Fourth item here. It is the Lunar/Chinese New Year, 2025, January 29th. We're in the portal. So happy new moon in Aquarius. I am very much in Aquarius. My sun is in Aquarius. My moon is in Aries, and my rising is in Taurus. So, what else is in Aquarius? My Mars is in Aquarius, and I feel like I have at least one other planet in Aquarius. So, I do have a lot of Aquarian energy and that archetypal flavor. So, again, I'm 29. I just turned 29, solar return and all that. And I'm tired of hiding and feeling like I am not living in my purpose and in my authenticity, because I'm not, I guess, kind of like publicizing my consciousness or showing up in a way that I feel like I'm supposed to be showing up in. And I guess if I have to speak to it, I feel like I'm supposed to make YouTube videos or to create a podcast or create content, and just to share and perpetuate my consciousness and find people who it speaks to and resonates with, in such a way that it benefits them. It brings some kind of value. It uplifts them. It helps them know, or at least remember, that they're not alone. I'm here too. And I'm here to honor and love and support you and to hype you up wherever you may be. And even if I'm just talking to myself, then this is wonderful too. I can speak positive words of affirmation in these videos and hear myself speak and feel myself speak. And if, you know, for nobody else, it's healing for me. And I really do hope that it finds people. My words find people. My mana, my energy finds people. These videos find people, and that they touch them, they resonate with them, with you. So we'll find out. It's all data, right? And data collection at this point. So I'm like, okay, let's just treat it as an experiment and have some fun. So happy new moon, everyone. I came back earlier this evening from a vision board setting, intention setting session, birthday party with a dear friend. Shout out DJ Heike. And I made a vision board, and it's the first time I've ever made one. And it intimidates me, but I will be so grateful. I'm already very grateful. Thank you, universe. But just like when these things come to fruition and just stepping into that and believing in my visions and my manifestations and my 2025 goals, and really opening up to being receptive to the fact that I can have them, and I'm willing to put in the work, and I am, and I have been putting the work, and this is evidence of me putting in that work. Like, when it comes to pass, let me speak as if it already has. Like, when it comes to pass, there's so much gratitude and love in my heart. And so I'm excited. I'm like really nervous. I don't want to say terrified because that's kind of dramatic, but it's interesting. I'm stepping into a new space, and maybe you can see it and feel it and hear it in my voice and feel it in my energy field. But I've always, the thing that's like closest to my heart, I've always just wanted to be of service to humanity and to help people. And I haven't quite known how, but hopefully this helps. If nobody else, it'll help me. And so, yeah, in the spirit of wanting to bring value, my fifth point is etymology, which I love. And so it's like, what is something that you can talk on and on for, and, you know, you can just rattle on about it, and you don't have to get paid. Like, just something that you absolutely love and you won't shut up. And one of those things for me is etymology. Sorry, excuse me. My eyes are watering. Just got a little emotional there. Honoring the flow. Tears of Aquarius. Oh, how I weep for humanity. I also do poetry. I love poetry. So that's something too I want to offer. Is poetry and prayers. Pule, oli, chants as spells. Love prayer spells. To speak good things. Speak things of life and love into this reality. Anyways, this video is all over the place, but it's the first one. It's fine. I'm just gonna give myself the grace and the space to ramble. I have an outline though, like you guys are looking at it, so points for trying, right? I'll just reiterate, my friends, and get better and better. So anyways, etymology, I love it. It's the origin of words, basically. Here, let's actually... Etymology. The study of the origin of words, including how their meanings have changed over time. Subfield of linguistics. So it's basically like spells, like studying things. So the study of the origin of words, there we go, which I find fascinating. So here, let's try this. So what is the etymology of spell? Okay, so Germanic, you can kind of tell. So obviously English has a lot of Latin, what's the word? Influence. However, spell is actually Middle English, so that's cool. Germanic, French, espeler. Excuse me, let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, Middle English. Interesting. Read letter by letter, write or say the letters of. Okay, yeah, so it's multiple meanings, right? Because it's like to spell if we spell something out. So again, this kind of goes back to the power of the spoken word, the power of language. They are spells, things that we write out and put upon ourselves. So just being conscientious of that. To tell, this is actually a pretty long one. To say aloud, recite, speak with emphasis. Yeah, anyways, I think it's fascinating. So the word of today that came through to my consciousness was optimize. So it's from Latin optimum, also associated with Optimus. And so basically it's best or very good. So when you're optimizing something, you're taking it, it's the way it's coming through in my head is it's like you're transmuting it or alchemizing it into a more optimal version, aka the best version or a very good version or a better version. So maybe things, don't have to be, they're not going to be optimal all the time. However, if we improve, they can become more optimal. So I'm going to be optimizing myself, my brand, my voice, my videos. I'm very wordy. I feel like I'm a very wordy Aquarius. So that's something I've been ruminating and meditating upon is how can I say more by saying less? Did I write that down? Oh, no, not here. But that's a little tidbit that came through today. Excuse me, let me rephrase. Say less to say more. That's what came through. Say less to say more. So I'll be optimizing. And I guess a question I have for you, if anybody's watching this, is since, January is just about over, what is one thing you would like to optimize in your life for February? Something that you want to work on to make good or make better? What is one thing that you would like to optimize for your life in February? So that's an interesting question. I'll be asking myself that too and writing out my February new moon intentions. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there for you guys to reflect and ruminate upon. Like, what's something you want to work on and optimize for February? Finally, socials. Yeah, learning how to plug things. What is shameless self-promotion is the phrase, but reformatting that. I like to kind of elevate phrases sometimes, and it's like, okay, let's put a new spin on it or remix it. So if the saying is shameless self-promotion, how about proud self-promotion or courageous self-promotion, authentic self-promotion? I don't know. Because instead of like shameless, because prideful self-promotion, confident. Aha, I figured it out. Thanks, guys. Confident self-promotion. That's one that I feel like that's more solid. I feel like there's perhaps another word that's more optimal. But blank self-promotion. But yeah, confident self-promotion, self-assured self-promotion. Anyways, yeah, so for YouTube, I'll be posting this on my Laumeilien channel. And for Instagram, it is at Laumeilien, Laumeilien. And so Laumeilien is me as the artist. That's my artist name. My business is KK808, also known as New Culture 808. And that's new with a K and EW. And culture with a K, ULTURE. Okay, did I spell that right? KULTURE. It's late. I should probably go to sleep, and I'm just doing this video in a run one and done. So yeah, it's just the beginning. I'm just planting the seeds and starting the momentum. Again, like I said, I will continue to optimize, but thank you. Closing in gratitude. I'm also working on a newsletter, a weekly newsletter, New Culture 808, to find my voice and articulate myself better and to share my consciousness with highest intention and humility from my heart to be of service and to support in the evolution of humanity and to assist in the ascension of planet Earth and all of her inhabitants. Straight up. Like, that's what it is. I said it in plain English. I want to see the captions I try to articulate and to enunciate very well. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so I am a little congested, and generally I'm a little bit congested, but I wish to speak with clarity, and yeah, that's what it is for me, truthfully. And big dreams can be really intimidating, but I feel and think what really matters is finally having the courage to get after them. Get after your dreams, your big dreams, the closest ones to your heart, to get after them and to pursue them to the best of your ability, to the best of my ability, and abilities. So that's what we're doing. Creator economy and all that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't believe in lying necessarily. I'm a bit too honest. I think sometimes I'd like to think I'm a pretty honest person. I want to monetize myself, my brand, my consciousness, and get paid for being me and just sharing freely and authentically from my heart. And I don't know how to do that. I was very social media avoidant for many years. It's only maybe in the past 2 years that I've been hopping a little bit more on the gram or Facebook. Like I've had accounts for years, but I had social media anxiety is what I felt it was and how I could describe it. But now, well, I just want to show up. I want to have something to show for my life and my growth and my evolution and documentation of the journey. I want to monetize it, ideally, and become a full-time entrepreneur. And that's one of my big goals, actually, for 2025 is to make $5,000 a month. Doing me, being me, sessions and readings and just services, seeing how I can make it work. I'm just learning and growing. So anyways, this has been relatively long-winded. Thank you if you have made it to the end and watched this video. I hope you get the gist of my energy and my mana and what I'm trying to pull it out there into the world. And again, I will reiterate and optimize and get better and a lot more concise. I'm like, you know what, it's fine. It's the first video. I can let myself ramble a little bit. But thank you for being here on this grand journey with me. And thank you for existing. I know life is not always easy and there are many challenges and it can be very heavy and very challenging, very difficult being down here. But something that I'm learning is to be in joy as much as possible, be in gratitude as much as possible, and have as much fun as possible. That's a major key, I think. And it's not always easy, but I think we're meant to play and have fun and to help ourselves, help each other, have a good time and to learn. Yeah, learn. School is definitely Earth is definitely a school of learning, very intense learning. So anyways, thanks for existing and being here. I wish you all the best in 2025 and beyond, but especially in 2025. Use this time to reflect. We are in the window of the new moon, a new lunar cycle. So really get clarity on what you want for yourself and know that you can have it. Just break it down, right? Reverse engineer it. Because that's what I've been doing the past 48 to 72 hours. And it's a lot. The creator has put a lot of big dreams. My soul, my oversoul, higher self, whatever vocabulary you want to use, has a lot of big dreams and projects. And quite frankly, I don't know how I'm going to do half of them. I don't have the knowledge or the network or the resources yet, but I believe, and it's all a process, right? So cheers to the journey. Aloha nui loa. I love you all very much. Wish you all the best. Until next time. Aloha. Chi.